They say humans are emotional beings, and they're right. But emotions are frequency. When you master your energy, you master your life. That's why I stopped chasing peace and started embodying power. The day I realized I was addicted to chaos disguised as passion, my entire vibration changed. Healing your energy isn't about peace, candles, or crystals. It's about reprogramming the drama you once called normal.
Welcome to my channel. My name is Rose. Today I will be talking about how I managed to heal my energy and raise my vibration. This video is going to be a video for the woman who is looking to grow, who is looking to heal, and who is also looking to change her reality. Over the years, I have managed to work on myself through inner work, through healing work, and I have realized so many of the things I was holding in were mostly energetic. So when I talk about healing your energy, I will be breaking down everything that I had done and I have applied over the years to get to a point where energetically I am magnetic and I don't have energy seeping into things. My energy is just pouring into me and I'm able to attract more into my life. So if this is the kind of video you're interested in, stay, grab a cup of tea, cup of coffee, anything, any of your snacks, and let's dive in. So now that I have my cup of tea and I have a notepad, so if you see me looking down, just know that I'm just reading a few points and I'm just going to go over exactly how I started this journey and just briefly giving you a few points at how you can work it. So number one, I had to detect where my energy lied on the energy chart. So for me to explain what the energy chart is specifically, I will have to show you a demonstration.
Every human being vibrates at a frequency, and that frequency is determined by the emotions you live in most often. Think of it like a radio station. Shame and fear are at the bottom of the dial, whereas love and peace are at the top. You can't tune into abundance if your frequency is still set on survival. The energy vibration chart is literally a road map showing us how to rise emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. So, looking at this energy chart in front of us, we can see that guilt, shame, and fear are at the bottom. This is where most people's energy lies. We replay mistakes. We apologize for existing. We overthink every move, and that puts us in survival mode. You can't manifest abundance from here because you don't feel safe enough to receive it. Then we move into anger, which is a bit higher if you can see with 150 hertz. And for that reason, that is why most people in this stage feel powerful, especially women, because at this stage, this is when a woman shouts enough. You know, anger is not bad. It's actually something that burns us to move forward. But if you stay there, it will keep your vibration low. So instead, we use anger as fuel to keep us building. Next comes courage, neutrality, and pride. This is where real transformation starts. You stop needing to control everything and you start choosing. You become emotionally self led instead of reactive. And then, as we rise up into love, joy, and gratitude, this is the realm of flow of abundance. This is where you stop chasing and start attracting. You're creative, magnetic, and radiant. Things just start to move and flow for you. The universe hears every prayer you plant, every seed you sow. Finally, at the top, you reach peace, alignment, and love. Here is where you do not force, you just align. Life begins to respond differently because you are at a different vibration. You are at a higher vibration.
Understand how the energy chart works, I want to just briefly give you this overview or this idea. Our energy comes from our emotions. Our energy comes from the feelings associated with the things we do, associated with our beliefs, associated with everything around us, everything that is in the universe. You need to understand that in the universe, in the world, everything is energy. Everything is energy. And I always go back to the song by SZA. In the beginning of the music video, she's talking to the guy and she's like trying to explain how energy is everything. Like energy is everywhere, energy is everything. Associate things with the energy that it comes from, and the energy lies through our feelings and our emotions associated with those specific things. So when it comes to your relationships, how do you feel about your partner, or how do you feel about the people around you? How do they make you feel? Do you feel like they make you feel happy? Do they make you feel confident? Or do they make you feel sad? Do they make you feel like you have a low self-esteem when you're around them? How do they make you feel energetically, on an energetic level? That is energy. And then also when it comes to your money, how do you feel about money? Do you feel like money is abundant, or do you feel like money is scarce? You lack resources, you don't know how to make money. Those are both negative and positive uh, um, emotions associated with things, and that all creates energy within our bodies. That's how we create low vibrations or high vibrations. So low vibrations are going to be the things that are negative, that don't make you feel good, and high vibrations are going to be the positive things, the things that make you feel good. And that's how you feed into your energy, basically by focusing more on the positive, by feeding more on into the positive. That's why they say keep your thoughts positive and keep everything else positive, and keep everything into the things that are going to motivate you. Energy works. Now that I've explained that, let's get into the next point that I applied was understanding that it was now time for me to call back my energy. It is time for me to call back my energy. And how do we call back our energy? I will just break that down. So, understand about energy and how it is associated with you and your body, and how your energy can either attract to you the best vibes or attract to you the worst vibes. Like for me, if I can explain it, is for people who we know who are successful, they have high vibrational energy. And the reason why they have a lot of people who follow them, they have a lot of people who admire them, is because of that energy that they carry. So now that we understand that, I want you to ask yourself this question. In my life, is my energy leaking? Once you've determined that, you ask yourself, who is consuming me, or what is consuming me? Once you figure who or what is consuming you, you will then know that you can apply these three things, right? Okay, I know something or someone is consuming my energy. Now I have to apply the very principle of protecting my energy, creating a shield in an energetic level, right? So protecting your energy is creating that shield, that protection, so that you do not have any more energy being taken or being just being taken or being drained out of you. Point in time where you realize who or what is consuming you and where your energy is leaking, you are going to do this. Pull back your energy.
So we call back our energy through boundaries, number one, through self work, number two, and through detachment, number three.
Most fundamental principles that I think will help you to gain energy back, the one that you've been giving out to the world, right? So you've been giving so much energy to other people, you've been giving so much energy to things that are no longer serving you. It is now time for you to create those boundaries, to do some self work, some inner work, and then also start practicing detachment. Done these three principles, I want you to now start asking yourself the questions that are now going to be focused on you as a whole. Parts of me are unhealed. Still need work, and what parts of me are unhealed? And the best way to detect this is through affirmation work, through meditation. It's a lot of inner work, but it's so it's so healing, and it's so useful, especially when you've gotten to a point where you are no longer interested in giving your energy to other people, but now you're working so much on yourself. I wouldn't advise you to go into any other step other than focusing on what parts of me are unhealed. Now that I've created those boundaries, now that I've built that self work, now that I understand about detachment, I need to now start asking myself, what from what in what things that have happened in my past are still prevalent in my present tense. What things that have been happening to me when I was young, what are parts of those things are unhealed that I still carry? Because remember, our trauma also infuses that level of what we attract in our lives. So if you keep asking yourself, why am I attracting these kind of people? Why am I attracting low vibrational work? I've done all the inner work, and no amount of inner work will supersede you healing the old shadows, healing everything that came from your past. No amount of affirmations, no amount of manifestations will supersede you healing the very things that are holding you back from actually rising at an energetic level. Last but not least, we are going to start working on rewiring our brain, and this is very simple. This is probably one of the best parts of the journey of healing your energy. Rewiring your brain, sorry. Rewiring your brain, allowing yourself to get to a point where you shift your identity. So whatever identity you carried and you've been carrying for the past I don't know how old you are, but for the past 20 something years, Now it's time to erase that identity and create a new one. This is fun because it's like, I look at it as like a new simulation. My perspective on life, I look at it as a game. And it's so much fun when you see life as a game. When you stop taking things too seriously, when you stop taking people too seriously, when you start understanding that everything is just what we have created in our minds. If I teach myself that this is not reality, the reality is what I have created here. The truth is here. So once you start teaching yourself and saying, okay, when it comes to money, I am abundant. I can make 1 million. I can make this much of money, and say it with your chest and be confident about it. Everything then will come to you. Remember, the universe never says no. The universe only listens to who you are being in that moment. The universe will never ever disregard what you say. But the universe is always going to listen to what you are being, because we are human beings. We are supposed to be. And as a woman, it is the best thing to understand that when you are a woman in her essence, you understand who you are. You know who you are meant to be. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do more. You just have to be a woman. Allow yourself to be that woman and just play. Okay. Is here when it comes to healing our energy is to create focus and presence. I've come to believe now that when I am going into my day, I make sure I know exactly what I need to focus on and what I don't need to feed into. So a lot of us have disconnected from focus, and we've also disconnected, especially women, we've disconnected from being present. Be present. Realize that your environment, be grateful for the environment that you have around you. Go outside and enjoy the trees. Go outside and enjoy what God has given us, the God-given gifts that God has embedded for us and just allowed us to experience. Okay, so that is the end of the videos, my ladies, my beautiful ladies. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. And if you feel like you want to do more inner work and you want to heal certain things, maybe heal your relationship with money, heal your relationship with people, heal your relationship when it comes to opportunities, when it comes to your creative force, your life in general, please join Grow Glow. I cannot wait for the next video where we talk about leveling up and healing. And yeah, thank you.